Welcome to Cara Comics, Games and Collectibles, your zen of geekism. We carry comics old and new, magazines, toys, games like Pokemon, Magic, D&D. Want Godzilla, Ultraman, Star Trek, Ninja Turtles, Funko Pops? You'll find it all here. Shop our Cosmic Sound Room and pick up a record or two. Enjoy our Comic Coffee Lounge with a cup of Sasquatch coffee or a delicious menu item while geeking out over a super cool movie on our big screen. Come by and say hello to Maui. Cosmic Comic, Games and Collectibles. Superman loves us, and so will you.
That's right, playing cards and a matching pinup book. Who could ask for anything more? Don't gamble with the chance of missing out on this campaign and buy in on this awesome pinup project from your favorite cosplayer, Cara Nicole. Look, I am bringing you this stellar concept, and I think you're gonna love it too. My cosplay on playing. It's the main idea, but make sure you also check out the pinup book featuring 52 images from the cards in comic book form on premium quality. It's a sure bet you're gonna love this beautiful and alluring cosplay content, and I am giving you a few options to get your favorite cover, or better yet, get them. Hi Rulers, welcome. This campaign will also feature exclusive prints, fancy boutique book styles, and incredible never-before-seen add-ons. Go all in into the high-stakes world of 52-card Pinup, the official cosplay Pinup book. Summer 2021 from me, your beloved Cara Nicole, the AZ Power Girl.
And good evening, everybody. I am RJ Carter, Senior Managing Editor here at CriticalBlast.com. I know after that intro, this is not the face you want to see, so I'm not going to keep you looking at just this for very long. Say hello to everyone in the chat. Nicholas Gear, good to see you here. Looking forward to having your book on our show real soon here. Greg Shane, man, you're doing some great stuff out there. Glad to see you in our chat. Want to have your next project on here as well. Just, get a hold of us and book an opening. We will be glad to set you up. Yes, we are going to talk tonight with Cara Nicole, also known as AZ Power Girl. Cara, how are you tonight?
I am fantastico. How are you tonight?
I'm doing better. I had to work all day, so this is when things start to pick up. So this is the good time of the day. So 52 card pinup. I love the wordplay. That's because I've played 52 card pickup.
Yeah.
I'm always on the receiving end. I always lose.
I think everybody loses when they play that game.
Yeah, they never fully explained to me what the rules are, but I always end up picking up these cards.
Right? I'm like,
yeah.
you just playing about
So, but, well, before I ask you about that, I will say there's a link in the description, folks. If you follow the link, you're going to see the old Kickstarter. It's going to roll over to the Indiegogo as soon as Indiegogo turns it on. So don't worry about clicking that link. It'll be the same link all the time. But I did go to Indiegogo because I'm like, maybe my cache hasn't refreshed yet. I'll just go to Indiegogo and search on Cara Nicole. And I came across something interesting that's now not in front of my eyes because I closed out too many windows. But looking at your history, because it's still all out there.
Yeah.
There's a 2017 calendar, a 2018 calendar, and I was like 3,000, 3,000, 6,000 in 2019, and then 2020 just exploded to 30,000 plus. So I'm like, what did you do between those 2 years? What happened? Because that's some growth that everybody else in crowdfunding would really like to replicate.
Okay, so this information is for people that are doing crowdfunding only. I know there are a lot of people that are very, very Indiegogo heavy. The difference was I went to Kickstarter.
Okay, and then you rolled it over.
And then I rolled it over, yes. And I made the majority of my money on Kickstarter, yes.
I know a lot of people who will do Kickstarter and then they'll do an Indiegogo. You're the first person to tell me that you can actually roll the money over.
Yes.
I did not know there was a financial connection between the two that would do that.
So Indiegogo, what they can do is they can look at they can port in your information from your Kickstarter account and be like, okay, you made this much money on Kickstarter. Now let's put it into Indiegogo and say, look, you made this much money on a previous campaign or on a different platform. So like you made this much money on this platform and now you're going to continue. And what that does, Indiegogo and Kickstarter are very different models in how they run. And they both have their advantages and their disadvantages. So Kickstarter, when you're done, and that's it. But Indiegogo, you can have your campaign and then you can go in demand and essentially make it a store. And as long as you keep selling, you can keep it open. And that's good right there. So now what they've done is they made it to where you can say, okay, we're going to go from Kickstarter to Indiegogo. And then Indiegogo is pretty much just in demand. So Kickstarter, because those people already placed their orders, theirs would come first, and then it would roll over after that. So then you have like your stretch goals, right? So which is a Kickstarter thing. So you have stretch goals, you meet a certain criteria. So then by the end of your campaign, your stretch goals are done, or you can keep going. But how far do you keep going? 6, 8 months? Like there comes a point where you're like, I'm fulfilling this campaign. So now you're fulfilling your campaign. What if you run out of stuff for the stretch goal? So what I did is for Indiegogo, you get what I call goodie packs, which are pretty much, it's a stretch goal pack, but some of the items I might have run out of. So for certain things, like maybe I ran out of this lenticular card, or maybe I ran out of this sticker, or maybe I ran out of this CD or whatever that was a part of the original Kickstarter, you're still going to get stuff.
Yeah.
You're still going to get a lot of stuff. You're going to get the digital rewards. You're going to get, all the extra swag, the bookmarks and the magnets and the stickers. But if I run out of something, you might be 1 or 2 short from what you would have gotten on a stretch goal pack in Kickstarter.
So when you set up the Indiegogo on a rollover like that, you pulled in $34,800 on Kickstarter on this, by the way. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a wonderful goal to hit. Do you set your Indiegogo for like 35,000, or do you set
You don't
it
have
for like
to set your Indiegogo for anything.
500, and I've already funded?
Well, you have already funded when you go in.
Okay, this is something I did not know, and I cover crowdfunding every single night, but this was one of the mechanics that's new to me.
Well, because a lot of people don't want to talk about the intricacies of it and how it works, because they're trying to promote their product to the fans, and that's, we're all trying to do that. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting things. Like I said, with Kickstarter, you're done when you're done. With Indiegogo, you can meet your goal and then roll over into in demand. But you can also just not hit your goal and give your backers whatever they want. So there was a time when Indiegogo first came out that what they did is, if you met your goal, they took a lower percentage. If you did not meet your goal, you still got your money, but they took like 9% instead of 4%.
Okay.
So what would happen is, on a campaign where you desperately needed those funds to be able to create your project at all, you're hooked. Because it's like, if I need $2,000 to cover my print costs, or to cover my artist, or to cover whatever, and I didn't make that money, then I'm kind of screwed. Because now I have $600, let's say, but that's not enough to complete my project. So this is just an example. So now you have, and back then they would just give you the money and it was like, well, figure it out. And now what they do is you have the choice. Thank you, Shannon. You have the choice to either take an all or nothing, as in I have to hit the goal, or nobody gets anything, nobody gets any money, nobody gets any project checked, or you can say, I'll take what I can get and still put out my campaign.
Yeah. And if you're going to do that, it's a good idea that you have the money already to do that.
Right.
You're just trying to.
Some people do.
Yeah.
Some people already have the money, or it's a smaller thing, or they're doing something on their own. Maybe they're doing a smaller book, or my girlfriend who does patches, so she can print out, if she only sells 5 in a campaign that didn't hit, she can still do that. You know what I mean? So there are definitely differences in regards to how the campaigns work. With Indiegogo, your backer puts in their address and pays immediately. So if you are someone that wants that money out of your account right away, Indiegogo might be a better bet for you, because you're like, hey, I'm backing this campaign. My money is gone. No matter what, I'm getting my stuff. That's it. Whereas with Kickstarter, you have to wait until the last day, and everyone's money comes out on the day that the Kickstarter campaign ends.
Yeah, I have to, when I see something that I want on Kickstarter, I either have sticky notes on my monitor that says this is coming out on this day, or it says, if you want this bad enough, go in on this last day and get it.
Yes.
So it just from the customer perspective, Kickstarter is annoying to me. I won't say it's painful, but it's anxiety inducing.
Now, Kickstarter finally does have the ability to add on. So
Yes.
now they have add-ons, and they are still not so great.
And so does Indiegogo.
What?
And so does Indiegogo.
Yes, but I haven't gotten to that yet. So with Kickstarter, because of the fact that you don't put your address in until you get your survey, you're more likely to want to go to a backer kit, a CrowdOx, a pledge box, something like that, because you have to send out your survey anyway. So you can add anything you want to this for additional stuff. So now everyone's money's already come out for their tier. Now you can say, you know what? I have these left over from the last campaign. If you want to buy them, you can. I have this other thing that I did. Here's some more prints that I did. Here's some different books. Here's some artist comps I got from another campaign that I did. Here is leftover mouse pads, whatever. So you can add all of these additional items. And I have 300 add-ons available on my backer kit.
That's
so now
cool.
Your money's already come out, and hey, look, I want to buy that book and that print and that, extra thing. Now, the thing is you can do add-ons with Indiegogo as well, but because of the fact that you put in your address right away, people aren't necessarily waiting for that survey. So if you're going to roll an Indiegogo over into a CrowdOx or a backer kit or a pledge box or whatever, those people that pledge to your campaign are not expecting a survey. So yes, you can add everything on there, but you're not expecting a survey to know, hey, I have extra stuff that you might be interested in.
Yeah, well, with Indiegogo, you see the add-ons the minute you pledge,
yes,
because they show up on the page. And I have a totally different perspective on this, not a different opinion, a perspective, because as a fulfiller, we assisted with the fulfillment on Florida Man, the graphic novel. The add-ons, the way they come through, you get your CSV file downloaded from either one of them, and it's like, here's your first record. It's, your backer number, name and address, item.
Right.
With the add-ons now, it's like, then the next row is name and address, item. Bless you. Name and address, item. Name and address, item. So it's like, wait a second, they didn't just keep going. You got one. So it's painful for a fulfiller to be able to say, oh, I got to read all these records. So, I had to write programs and SQL Server and database stuff. It's like, narrow it all down, then put it all back in one row again. And then it feeds the mail merge program that says, hey, backer, here's your item list, all in one thing.
Right.
That was a fun learning experience to get the Florida Man packing lists printed up.
Yeah. Well, so you can see where the situation is. Also, people with Indiegogo will be like, hey, I put in my order, where's my stuff? And it's like, well, you have 10 days to cancel your order, so I have to wait 10 days to send it to you.
Yes.
Because otherwise I'm going to send it and people will be like, oh, cancel, and I've already sent out their stuff. So those are things to take into consideration as well. So even though you are buying on demand, because you have 10 days to cancel, that's 10 days before, if you do use a backer kit or whatever, that's 10 days before they can even pull you over there. And then a lot of times people with Indiegogo, they won't fill those out because they think I already put my stuff in. A lot of times people from Kickstarter won't do it either. And they're like, but I don't have your information.
Yeah.
And I've had that too, where people are like, "Where's my stuff? Where's your address?"
The backer kit things, and I've only had a few things that I backed on Kickstarter that went through a backer kit program, and one of them was a surprise because it's like I backed it on Kickstarter, and then at the end of the Kickstarter, it took my money, and I'm like, yes, that's exactly how it's supposed to work, and I quit worrying about it. And then I got the backer kit, says, okay, put your name and address in. I'm like, okay, and here's how much it's going to cost you for shipping now. Like, wait a minute.
I've seen that too. I am not a fan of that. I am not a fan of that at all.
I mean, fortunately, it was just like $5, but I use my PayPal for this kind of stuff, and my PayPal doesn't have $5 in it right now. I can tell you that.
So I admit I messed up on that because of the way that the add-ons were, and I ended up hitting things right as things changed. So when I was doing my calendar campaign, I did free shipping in the US, but add-ons, in order to add them to the backer kit, and I didn't know how to add on like credits. So it was literally minimal. It was like a couple of dollars. It was like $1 or $2 for shipping for add-ons. And that was my fault, and that was a screw up. And I told anyone, like, look, you have a problem, I'll refund you, whatever. Like, let me fix this. Let me take care of this. Yeah. Most people didn't, like, nobody really had a problem with it. But I have backed campaigns on Kickstarter where I would get my survey. Oops, we forgot to charge for shipping. Now it's this much to get your stuff. And I'm like, well, no, not cool.
Yeah.
Not cool at all, because you already have my money. So in order for me to get anything, I have to now pay this additional fee.
Yeah. I've seen some that know that that's coming, and they set it up in advance to where it's like, no, we collected it up front, and your backer kit should be $0.
Yes. And I will say that there are things like games. There are heavier projects that don't know what shipping is going to be, but they will tell you, you will pay for shipping later with your survey, and that's fine. But unfortunately, the campaign I backed did not have that information. They figured it out later and went, oops, like, not cool. Because if you know going in ahead of time, or even mid-campaign, so say you back the campaign and you get an update that says, hey, we screwed up, this is where our shipping is going to be. If you would like to back out or whatever, message me and I will refund you. Because the only way you can refund through Kickstarter is if the creator refunds you.
Yes.
So you do have to go through them.
Oh, so and guess what?
Before your campaign ends.
And next month, Post Office has raised all the shipping rates again.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but enough of them.
Only for certain levels. Media mail's gone up.
Yep.
And
which affects a lot of the crowdfunders, because that's the graphic novels are sending out media mail.
Now, here's the thing. One, comic books are not technically allowed to be. They're not allowed to ship media mail. They will tell you, well, technically, blah 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 blah. They don't like it. They can open up your stuff.
Yep.
As a backer, I don't want them rummaging through my package, because now you're looking at damage, especially if you're dealing in reader copies, it's a little bit different. But when you're dealing with like gradable boutique books, you don't want that going through media mail. It's a mess. So you really don't want that. And you are not allowed to have an advertisement in that book.
That's what keeps it out.
Your next book, even if it is an advertisement for you, the minute you put a business card in there, it is no longer media mail.
Nope.
What?
Nope. You can argue that point. The reason they say comic books specifically is because it's in the paragraph that talks about anything that includes advertisements, which, the X-ray specs and the learn how to hypnotize your girlfriend.
Hey, I need my X-ray specs.
I know.
And my sea monkeys.
But they also do say that it's okay to have house ads in the thing if it's for your next book.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was reading something recently, because they keep putting out new stuff.
Oh, I go straight to the post office website, and I've got, because I have to know this. I'm going to be shipping out lots and lots of different people's books. So I've got to be on top of what can and can't go. You can include, there's such a thing as media mail with first class insert, which still goes out at the media mail rate. So you can have a business card or a little note that says thank you for your purchase, that kind of a thing. As long as it's printed material. As soon as you throw in an action figure or something metal, that's all out the window. Now you're priority again.
Okay, no, that makes sense. I just don't recommend to anyone that is doing a campaign, unless you're selling like a novel. If you're selling something that you're not worried about getting damaged or slightly damaged, like, okay, so my buddy Russell Allen, he did a novel. Absolutely send that thing media mail. Go for it.
But here's the reason I wouldn't do it. Because the post office, I've sent media mail things before, just critical blast stuff going out. And they're like, is it fragile? I'm like, well, it's a DVD. I don't want it to get cracked. And like, here's the thing about media mail. It's going to go in that little canvas basket with wheels on it over there, and it's going to go to the bottom of it. Now, if the next person comes in, has an 80-pound encyclopedia set, that's also media mail, and we're just going to put it in that thing. And I'm like, oh. So that's going to happen to your comic books at some point. They're going to get hit with some big media mail library rates. Scholastic's going to send out a shipment to somebody, and it's going to impact if it's not protected well.
So, and that's why I say that if you're doing a crowdfunding campaign, just don't do it. Like I said, if you're doing a novel, go for it. But it also takes like 3 times as long to get your stuff.
It does.
And that's not 100%. It's not as, well, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fuck you. It's fine. Like, it's not everybody, but this is just like standard information.
It depends on where you're coming from, because they won't send media out until they've got so many pounds of it to go on the truck.
Yes.
To that zip code.
Right.
Exactly. I think your campaign has just recently changed too, because Heroinberg in the chat is saying that the link below goes to an Indiegogo draft page now. Not to the Kickstarter page.
Well, let's hope that doesn't mess me up, because I'm still trying to get, your password is wrong.
Oh no.
My password is always wrong.
You heard it here, folks. Cara Nicole's password is WRONG.
Yes, exactly. I'm so glad that you finally. I'm so happy I met somebody who understands me. That's very, very true.
I would do that because I would make it incorrect, because that way when I get it wrong, the thing reminds me your password is incorrect. Oh, that's right.
I'm like, just log in already. I changed it. That's right. I did. Well, that was my fault. So, what do you want to know? Like,
I want to know, and we're gonna bring the page up to share. It's still the Kickstarter page on our side. What I want to know is how you went from doing Fire Bitch and calendars and pinup books to this cool idea of coming up with a 52 card 4-suite Hoyle playing card set here.
Okay. Okay. So I put out Confessions of a Cosplay Diva last year, and that was my pinup confessional, because I thought, maybe people just don't necessarily want to read about my cosplay adventures, and maybe they just want to, look at the pictures. So I combined it, and that's what I did. Let me see if I can go get Alfred to launch it. So anyway, Wendy Shaner had done a card deck, and I'm like, maybe I should do a card deck. And Alfred was like, well, hey, why don't you take all those images and stick them in a book? And I'm like, okay, sure, because I've got a lot. And I did not have to even, I didn't even have to duplicate cosplays within that deck.
I was going to ask how many costumes you have.
I have no idea. I do not know.
Because that's 52 right there.
It is.
And I'm sure that you've got costumes.
Well, that's more than 52 actually. So the kings are all me in a like regular in like a tiara with like a dress, like a gown, like some sort of like cool outfit, because I'm the king. I'm the king, baby. And and but I did do, so all of the other cards, every single card has a cosplay image on it. And then I have additional cards. So the Where's Waldo card also got, we met that goal, so everyone will get that. And then the Old Maid.
Now, you couldn't possibly look like an old maid, so.
I used Yvette from Clue.
Oh, that will work okay.
Yeah, because she's a maid. So, you know, so yeah, I did that, and I'm possibly adding 2 more cards that are supposed to go up on the Crowdox or the backer kit. So I'm still trying to line that out in regards to Indiegogo and if I'm going to add those as well, because like I said, people don't want to go over from Indiegogo to the backer kit or the Crowdox or anything like that. So yeah, I had this idea of a card deck that I got from Wendy Shaner, from Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassins creator, and then you know, Alfred was like, "We'll put it in a book," and I was like, "You ever play that game 52 card pickup?" And he's like, "No," and I was like, "Were people just mean to me? Is this not a thing? Is this what's going on in my world, that everyone's just mean? And is this not a game?" So I asked like 10 other people, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, I know that game." And it turns out that he's from Mexico, and which I knew, but I didn't know that they didn't play cards out in Mexico where he's from. He's like, "We didn't play cards, we played dominoes." And I'm like, "You don't want to play this game with dominoes.
No.
It's a terrible game with dominoes." So stay tuned for the Cara, Nicole, Easy Power Girl 52 domino pickup deck. So
I'm
yeah,
still waiting for the Cara Nicole 3D printed action figure line.
okay, so I keep getting hit up about that, and I had someone who was like, "Oh, do an Easy Power Girl statue," and I'm like, "I don't own Power Girl. I can't do that." Like, if people just want to argue with me, it's like, if I do anything, I'm going to do a Fire Bitch statue because that's my character from my book. But you know, people don't realize that those products are very, very expensive, and people are like, "Well, I'll buy one." Okay, but if I don't sell like 1,000, then I can't afford to get them at a fee that would be fair for backers. You know what I mean? You've got to
I have a 3D print me somewhere. I've lost it somewhere.
I have a 3D print me in Power Girl, and her arm broke off, and I lost it.
Oh, that sucks.
I know.
But you know, yeah, you don't own Power Girl, and I get that. So which you know brings up the question: if you can't do a statue because it's Power Girl, how do you sell the pinups that are Power Girl?
By just doing it, not complaining about it.
Okay, there you go. No one's told you to stop. So
so actually, the cosplay moniker kind of covers that. And in 2015, and it was funny because a lawyer once wanted me on his show. He got excited about my project, and he was like, "How do we make this all about the law?" And I had to go in and give him the case and show him. So there was a case in 2015 that people were freaking out. Cosplayers were like, "Oh, cosplay's gonna be made illegal," because you notice how everyone freaks out about that. It's gonna be illegal. It's not gonna be illegal. That's not how this works. First of all, for everybody, just so you know, civil court is not the law. Okay, you cannot make cosplay illegal because a cheerleading outfit company is suing another cheerleading outfit company, even if they win. All that's going to do, if it goes to appeals, and if that appeals goes into case law, it's the only time that could be used for your own personal case. So yes, you could say, I mean, there's just a huge legal thing behind it. So in 2015, a cheerleading outfit company was suing another cheerleading outfit company saying, That's my design. And they're like, bitch, these are clothes. You don't get to own clothes.
Yeah.
You don't get to own
cheerleader outfits.
you don't get to own shirts. You don't get to own pants. You don't get to own light bulbs or lamps or chairs. Like, these are things that everybody uses. So that went down the toilet. Now, in regards to this working out with cosplay, there is a very fine line, and I'm sure you've seen lots of books with Kickstarters that say, hey, this is so-and-so in there, cosplay.
Yeah.
So they put their characters in there, cosplay. Now, certain symbols you can trademark. And I am not the trademark queen. I am not a lawyer. I do not have education in this. This is all information that I have acquired through years of experience and knowledge, blah, 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 blah. I am not here to give you legal advice.
Where's Nick Mercado when we need him?
Yes. Something, legal, blah, blah, blah. And this is just information that I have attained. I could be wrong. But me and people like me have not been sued yet. Almost. But so when you're dealing with symbols, the Superman symbol,
yes,
that is owned by DC. Okay, but you notice that Ms. Marvel, her lightning bolt is not, because it's a lightning bolt. So Batman's symbols are, but every time they create a new one, they have to trademark that.
yes.
So basically, the word cosplay has kind of been an in for a lot of people, and it's leaked over into comics a lot. And from my understanding, from my understanding, the way that I understand this to be, is that you can, in order to trademark a look. Do you notice that Lucasfilms does not have Slave Leia itself trademarked, but he does own Carrie Fisher's face.
Oh, okay.
He does. So they own her likeness in regards to Princess Leia. So there would be no way for any company to be able to completely lock down a character design unless that character has certain features that are unable to be mimicked. So every artist draws a character differently. Every artist draws Superman with a different face. Every actor has a different face. That's why the symbol is trademarked, not this. So just a little bit of legalese. Look it up yourself. I'm not a lawyer. I can't explain it all.
But people do wear cosplay costumes that do have the symbols on them. Superman, every town in America has a Superman. There's we have St. Louis Superman. We have Arkansas Superman. So there's,
So legally, I could definitely be writing a line here. But that being said, I thought they had to. No, we have.
I'm still getting an invalid page. So
are you still? Well, yeah, because he thought that they had to launch it. We have to launch it, but they have to port over the information.
Okay.
So, cosplay can be considered riding the line, but DC got in trouble for a while because they were trying to make people cover up their tattoos.
Yeah, at some point, it's just bad PR.
Right.
Even if they're legally right about something, it's just bad optics.
Yeah, there's a lot of lines where we're all writing here. I'm not perfect, and people can say, create your own character. I did. Her name is Fire Bitch. Please find it over on Indiegogo right now. Fire Bitch issue 2.
And how did that turn out for you, by the way? One and two. Have you seen an uptick? Pretty much the same.
I think it was pretty much the same. I don't know. You probably have. I don't have computer access other than my phone right now. And Indiegogo will not let me log in. But
even staying the same is a critical success for a comic book, because it's usually one sells a whole bunch and then two tapers off. That doesn't work with the crowdfunding stuff.
no, not necessarily, because the fans really love it. So we did 660 backers so far on Indiegogo, and I don't know if that counts the ones that were ordered from CrowdOx, because we had like 3 different locations where people could order from.
Yeah, you went up on Kickstarter.
660 backers on issue 2, and that's in demand, and you can get issue 1 through there. You can also get issue 1 from my online store. So Indiegogo for issue 1 is closed. But so we did 684 backers, but I think that we made more on issue 2. We made a lot more on issue 2, but we had more artists and more tiers on that one as well.
All right, and that's all found on the 183degreestudio.com.
Yep, sure is.
Thank you, Heroinberg, always coming through in the clutch here with the links to put on things. So yeah, more than 52 cards. You got the 52 basic cards. You're gonna have the old maid. Did you say there were 2 jokers?
Yes, there are 2 jokers, and it's a Joker and a Harley.
I kind of figured that might be it. It was
Okay,
almost
so
a
it
little
is ported over, so it is up.
So I bet if I search it now, why did I close it? That was stupid of me.
Oh wait, that's Kickstarter. Damn it, maybe it's not. But you can go through the Kickstarter campaign to see. Yeah, it's still running too. You can see everything in there that we are offering. We also have bottle openers available, and this print right here is a new one that we put as an add-on, and it's called Blind in Bed.
Now,
and I'm blindfolded, and that was a very interesting photo shoot, and I learned a lot, because you don't think about how much you rely on your vision when you're shooting. You know what I mean?
Sure, because you got to look at the camera, and you got to kind of you know where to look. Here, you're just kind of like you trust the cameraman.
You have to, yeah, but you still have to make sure that your body movement and your face and everything is in the right places. Like, to have your face towards the flash or towards the light when you can't see where that is. I will say the advantage to that, though, is when they're adjusting their lights and camera and all that, you can take a nap and nobody knows.
There you go. Yeah, I almost thought this was like an Invisible Woman print, sort of like an intimate moment in the Fantastic Four, just because of the bottoms that were on there.
I didn't think about that.
Bottom tights. Something you might be able to Photoshop in later. Just remove. No, don't remove anything.
So that's called Card Shark, and that's one of the book cover variants, as well as a print, and it is actually being printed on a specialty shattered glass holofoil.
Oh, shattered glass holofoil. Now that's a new term for me.
It's cool. It's cool. We deal with a lot of specialty foils.
That's the one thing about the cosplay books, is that's where the variations come in. Is always the covers. So you expect to see a lot of variant covers. How many variant covers are on this? Just as one project?
We did 11 covers of this.
Oh, only 11?
Only 11. Yeah.
I would have thought 52 at least. One for each card, and then some other stuff.
It's very complicated to ship properly, because we had over 40 covers, plus all of the add-ons for Fire Bitch, and it is incredibly complicated and time-consuming. People are like, "Where's my stuff?" And it's like, still in 1,000 pieces. I put it together. It's like the world's craziest Lego set.
I can just imagine. So you've got these stretch goals that have been unlocked.
Yes.
Now, are they unlocked for the people who come through the Indiegogo already?
Yes. So that goes into what I was saying about the goodie packs, and we have not ordered these yet. And with everything that's in there, The only thing that might not come with it is the secret heart key, and that goes with the song, because that'll be one of those that I'll have to order more of a specific amount.
Sure.
So if you get in early, but versus if you get in late, so that would be the only one that you may or may not get. But everything else, you're definitely going to get that we have unlocked.
And there's still the opportunity to unlock the rest of these locked ones?
No.
No, they're not happening.
No. We will very likely do the 35 if we hit it before I have to start ordering stuff.
Okay.
So that's why with Indiegogo I do a goodie pack, because sure, you could order now and be close to when we ended the Fire Bitch campaign, but if you order 6 months from now, I might be out of stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was looking to see if there were any metal playing cards. I know metal trading cards have been kind of a thing for some campaigns.
Yeah.
And it looked like it might have been a natural. But
and metals are heavy. So our metal piece for this is you can add on a bottle opener.
I've seen bottle openers are popular. I almost said common. That kind of puts them down. They're popular in campaigns. I'm seeing them show up quite a bit and it's not just a bottle opener. It's printed on the metal, a bottle opener. Have you picked out which character is going to be on the bottle opener?
Yeah, it's on there actually. If you scroll through, you'll see the
I
bottle.
just
So these
keep
are all
going.
the cards. So you can see all the cards. So this is all the cards right here.
Was there any thought process about the characters that you wanted to put on the hearts, the characters you wanted to put on the stage?
So I put them all up in their little template, and then I did some rearranging and moving. You can see on there the hearts are my blondes, my lighter hair characters. My clubs are a little grittier. My spades are dark, but not as dark as the clubs, even though I have Black Phantom in the clubs because she has like the dark outfit and the black cowboy hat. I let her slide in there. The diamonds are all redheads except for Ahsoka, who her whole body is red.
Well, yeah. Okay, so there is a theme going on there. Cool. I'm glad to know that. That was because I would have had fun thinking, is Supergirl a heart or a diamond? I'm overthinking it. I do that. I overthink.
I do that too. I did overthink it when I was putting this together. So yeah, and I have my queens are Fire Bitch and my hostess from Alfred and I's book series, and then Dolly Parton and Elvira because they're iconic.
I'm into this just for the 6 of clubs. I'll be honest. It's just that one card, the Julie Newmar Catwoman pose.
I love that one.
Is going to drag you right.
The basic is your first one, and then represent is the Chitara, which I do have a bikini Chitara in the deck, but I have a Power Girl in the deck, but I also have a Power Girl on the main cover, and then Velma, which I also have a card of her. I also have a Daphne. You can't have Daphne. You can't have Velma without Daphne.
Well, yeah. In fact, I put them together in my last Destroyer novel as sort of a parody team. Yeah, absolutely. They go together. A lot of people have been cosplaying Velma lately and making people see her in a whole new light, so to speak.
Like super into Velma, and it's like, I know a lot of single Velmas in real life, so don't even tell me that you like Velma when better than Daphne. When I see so many single Velmas out there looking for someone to love.
Yep. Black Cat is up the ante. That's the $25 one. These are all reasonably priced sets here for what you're getting. This is
now this one. My Captain Marvel is she's a holofoil,
and that's only $30 to get the holofoil pinup there.
That's right.
That's a cool snakeskin
kind of book as well. So but it is comic book size, so you can bag it, board it, hide it between your comics from your wife.
slips between the mattress and the box spring real well.
That's right. I'm gonna steal that. So Good Odds is from another one of my stocking sets. That was a full, like, wall-sized mirror. It was gorgeous. And I was like, I have to shoot in front of this mirror.
I always admire the photographers who shoot scenes with mirrors involved and manage to keep the camera out of the scene, no matter what angle they're at.
It's hard. So 2 pair is from my Catwoman set. I actually my photo sets are usually more than one version of a cosplay. Like so this one has the lingerie with the mask, without the mask. I've got a ball gown. I've got the
she's had the most costumes of any character in comics, I think, that are all recognizable as Catwoman.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They've joked about it in the comics. You know, they're like, here's my closet.
Well, and her original costume wasn't a cat suit at all. It was a green evening gown.
Yeah, it was. Just the little the pointed mask on top of that.
Yeah.
Implied odds. This is I don't know this character.
It's not a character. That was the one that I did because I kept getting put in Facebook jail. So those patches say Facebook inmate, and I've got handcuffs because I'm in Facebook jail again and again.
What do you keep doing to get put in Facebook jail? I can't possibly imagine.
I keep existing. I know, right? How dare I? They're always trying to make me not exist.
They're just trying to cancel you.
That's a Zatanna, and it is holofoil. It was shot by Alvin Johnson, and it will be jeweled by Her Royal Highness Shannon Galarna.
Okay, jeweled. That's that process you told me about on the Fire Bitch one, where they actually glue things onto the cover.
Yeah, so I have like an example right here.
Oh, let me give you full screen.
This is an example. You can actually see the crystals.
That is fantastic.
On there. And so, yeah, that cover will have the jewels.
The way those things just catch the light, it makes me think that, if I had one of those without the jewels on it, I would want to like poke holes where all the jewels should be and then light box it.
That's funny. Okay.
Like feed LEDs through it or something. Just run it to a little AA camera and hang it on the wall.
You're giving ideas. What's going to be on the next campaign?
Those starry sky posters already exist. They're out there.
Yeah.
Light it up.
I have to think about this. And then card
the campaign. Fire Bitch 3. Fire Bitch 3. The tier is called Light It Up.
Light it up.
Go with God. It's yours. Take it.
I might do this. I'm going to have to do something with this. I'm getting terrible ideas. I need to stop that. It's going to be a problem.
Well, that's what Kickstarter's for and crowdfunding's for. You throw all the ideas out there and see which ones stick. And in your case, they sometimes all do. So, what a problem to have.
So the strip is a nude cover,
and it's holofoil.
It is holofoil, yes.
Which makes it cool. That's distracting from
Gotta have that bling bling. The side pot is a nice little package that comes like preset for you with these covers and these prints.
Now,
and
I'm looking at the Ashoka one here. When you do Ashoka, is the skin tone photoshopped in, or do you actually like dip yourself in red dye for?
For Ahsoka, I did not dye myself. For Ahsoka, I used lighting.
Okay.
That was done with lighting because red is so close to your skin tone that you can adjust it easily and have it look good. Something like green, like when I did the Lady Momar from Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, that was body paint.
Wait, there's a Lady Momar in here?
Yes. Santa
Claus Conquers the Martians is my favorite. We live stream that because it's like public domain and people.
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah, I love that, and I love that that it's like Momar was the mom, Bomar was the boy, Gurmar was the girl. I'm like, I think I've broken the code on how they came up with their names here.
I think she's the 2 of spades. If you scroll back up, I think she might be the 2 of spades.
I've got it here, and of course the little girl was Pia Zadora in her first act.
That's right, she sure was.
So here we are.
Okay, 2 of spades. Nope, scroll back up. Maybe did I remove her? Did I take her out?
Oh,
Try
no.
one more.
Look in the clubs.
No, she's not. I did take her out.
Oh no.
Oh shit, I did take her out. Well, she was one of those that was kind of hard. See, scroll down a little bit.
Well, see, you and I are the only ones who probably know who Lady
You
Mo
know,
Murray
there
is.
were more people than I thought, so I did take her out because I wasn't quite sure about her. But I do have prints, so you know,
She'll make a
message me
comeback
and
someday.
I'll send you. Message me and I'll see what I can find for you.
I can do that.
So yeah, I guess I did pull her out. I wasn't. And that's the thing is, people are like, well, are you going to have enough cosplays to do this? And I'm like, I have more than enough cosplays to do this. I was really surprised. I had to dig through, and I'm like, oh, I actually have more.
Yeah. See, we do a monthly feature on criticalblast.com called the Critical Blast Bombshell of the Month, which is a cosplay feature. And I have, I seek out, cosplayers who are not, Cara, Nicole, Yaya Han. I'm like, because they don't need our help. We can't really help them out, and we're beneath them.
You are not.
But I was like, just give me 3 cosplay shots. I'm like, can I send you 3, but 2 the same 2 characters? I'm like, yeah, because not everybody has a repertoire to go through. But yeah, you could I dare say you could probably cosplay a different day of a different day of the year. You could do one of those 365-day calendars.
Damaged or modified into other costumes, like my Electra has been turned into my Vampirella that I loaned out to another cosplayer, and she lost it.
Oh well, you can lose something that small, yeah.
Yeah.
It is Vampirella's Monokini.
Well, and I like Vampirella's in there, and I actually have a Vampirella cover I did from Vengeance of Vampirella issue 2.
For Dynamite, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the $300 set. I'm guessing they're all going to stay the same price at Indiegogo. That would be wrong to change the price.
Everything's going to roll over. Except the producer packages are all gone because I can't have someone doing like I want my name in the book like 5 months later.
Yeah, that would make no sense at all.
Exactly. So that's kind of where that is. Just so you know, we're all the same books. It was all the same package.
I already finished those.
Oh.
We're waiting for signatures.
Oh, okay. Shannon's all like ahead of the game. She's like, so the VIP will be the biggest one that you can get. And
that is two decks of cards and pretty much everything. I think.
And it's all the prints and the metal and the bottle opener, which I can't recall I think the VIP. I do believe that the VIP is available as well. I'm trying to remember what we didn't roll over due to logistics. I think I rolled that one over anyway, and then I can close it down if need be.
Sure. And it's the pink bottle opener with the Marvel's Black Cat on it there.
Yes. Yep.
So the high roller probably is not rolling over.
The high roller is not rolling over. And then the executive producer, the jackpot is gone.
Yeah. All right. So the add-ons here, you've got the 11 by 17 prints. There's 6 of them. I was about to say I would assume that maybe like all 52 were available and you just pick your favorites.
Oh God, no. That would be. Could you imagine fulfillment? Could you imagine just trying to navigate the campaign?
Yeah. I could imagine the fulfillment on that would be like, well, I make my fulfillment as easy as possible on me. I have all these sorting routines done, so I'm like, I got 5 or 10 things to do of all the same thing. I don't even have to think about it. Just.
I mean, if there's a card that you see that you want a print of, I will take custom orders, but they're not coming fast because I have to put them all into my print shop order. And then the printer, people don't realize these printers are printing thousands of books at a time. So to stop and print one print for me is very time consuming. So we do it in large batches.
And these are 11 by 17 for $20 each. You've got the 11 by 17 holofoil prints, which are only an extra $5 for these 2.
Yep.
And then here is the the bottle opener. If you just want the bottle opener, that's okay. I was like, I don't see where the bottle cap goes in, but now I see it. She's
there it is.
right on top of it there. That's
Right betwixt your cooters.
well, I mean, she's got her hand going over it, so it really looks like she's leaning on a rock there. Yeah, that's an excellent design. Blind. Here's the blind. What did you call it? Blind in the dark.
Blind in bed.
Blind in bed. And if I read the bottom of it here, it would have told me. Blind in bed is $20. Is that 11 by 17 also, or is that a different size?
They're all 11 by 17.
Okay. Of course, the black cat is. See, these are all $20 add-ons at 11 by 17. So there was more than just the 6 up there.
Yeah, there's this one's 35. It's the holofoil. It's the shattered glass holofoil.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. It's like trying to see if I could log in. I still can't get into the Indiegogo. But now this is a 24 by 36 inch poster.
Oh, so that's like the classic Farrah Fawcett poster that all us kids had in high school.
So it is. People are like, why is the shipping so much? Because it's shipped separately because it has to come rolled in a tube.
Yeah, it's got to be. You can't mail that flat. Well, you could, but it cost even more.
Right, it'd be a nightmare.
And then you got these. Okay, so we're down to the prototype stuff here.
Yeah, we're doing the prototypes of books, so you can see,
So this is kind of what the book's going to look like when you get it in your hands. It's not a whole bunch of text to read. It's going to be
there's
pictures,
no text
pictures.
except for like the credit page.
Yeah. Each one, same. Do you use the same photographer for all your work most of the time, or?
Most of the time, yes, and that is for logistical and legal reasons.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So, I would imagine every poster would have, your name and the photographer's name repeated over and over and over and over and over, simply because somebody might take a razor blade to the thing and turn it into wall prints. I don't know why anybody would want to do that, but anything's possible. So each image has to get its separate credit.
Yeah.
All right. So if you've been watching, hey, Pops Van Zant's on here, and I keep thinking that I'm going to see you again this weekend on CromCon. I'm like, that's still 3 weeks out.
I actually am going to be in Houston this weekend.
Yes. Yeah, so where will we be?
Palooza.
At what Palooza?
Comic Palooza.
Comic Palooza in Houston. So, all you folks who are watching from Texas, get out to Comic Palooza, and I bet you'll have some Fire Bitch stuff there.
I will have some Fire Bitch stuff there. I will also have Confessions of a Cosplay Diva, as well as some prints, but this is going to be a limited stop because we are traveling. It's a small space. I don't have room for the thousands of things that I have. So it is limited. If there's anything you don't see there, you can hit me up online as well. I also have a connecting cover with Mount Olympus Comics for this weekend. You can also get online, and it is me as Patriotica in a Patriotica bikini and me as Fire Bitch in a Fire Bitch bikini. So you can buy both of those, or you can buy them separately from our stores online and get those. They come in holofoil as well as regular.
I actually know both of those titles. So will you be in cover?
Patriotica.
You were the first Patriotica cosplay in cover. All right, time to hit the comic shops, guys, and seek these things out. Are you going to be in cosplay at the convention?
Yes, I will be Fire Bitch on Saturday, and I will be Patriotica on Sunday.
All right, now. General question on that. You're selling prints. I mean, that's bread and butter. This is Cara's got to eat. So I sell prints of my cosplay. How do you balance that with the people who come up and say, "Can I get a picture with you?" Because they're asking to take for free what you're selling. Is that something you can?
That's very different. It's very, very different. I mean, like a print is fully edited. It's not going to have weird shiny marks. And if you're buying from cosplayers who are literally just like, here's my picture, buy it, that's not the same as actually putting quality into your work. It's the difference between buying a sketch from an artist at a Comic-Con, like a pencil sketch, versus buying an art piece. You know what I mean? It's very, very different. So you're also only getting the costume I'm in. You're not getting Chitara. You're not getting Catwoman. You're getting what I'm wearing at the time.
Yeah, and there are just looking back at the costumes that were there, some of these are so. Do you have assistants that help you get these things comic accurate, or is this you with a needle and thread and printing and whatever you have?
Do you know somebody that I can hire that lives near me?
No.
Please say
no,
you
I
do.
don't.
Come on, you know somebody, right? Hook me up.
I wish I. So it's not just you're not just cosplay modeling. You actually are cosplay crafting.
I do a lot of my own crafting. Yeah, there are a few things that I will buy or hire out or modify or whatever, but I do a lot of my own crafting.
And that's one of my boilerplate bombshell questions that I ask all the cosplay models we have. So I just got that answered by you. All right, we are at the 1 hour mark. I know you are packing up. You've got to get out to Houston. Everybody get out and go see Cara. If you're watching this on the replay, you'll actually have a better shot of the link below working to get you to the Indiegogo site. So,
come on, work.
So click on that, get yourself a deck of cards, get yourself the pinup book, and start throwing the add-ons onto it. Once you're in there, just go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
My first tier, just so you know, is a create your own deal, right? So you start with a deck of cards. Deck of cards is your base because you gotta have a deck of cards. So and then you go into the add-ons and then just pick whatever you want, and you have your own package that's custom made just for you, by you, for you, with the stuff that you want.
I see all the Indiegogos going that way in the future. It's like, here's what I'm selling, and then like, okay, now here's all the add-ons. That way I don't have to say, oh, I've got 5 different items, and that's 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 different tiers that I can make to make sure I cover everybody's wants and needs. The add-on thing it's really a game changer, as painful as it is in the butt to try to fulfill.
But it's getting there. We're working on it. So I don't want to keep you. I know you have to go too.
Thank you. Cara, welcome. Thank you for coming to the show, bringing the 52 card pinup to us. Folks in the chat, appreciate you being here. We don't have a show without you. And as always, we just hope you had a blast. Good night.